Good evening, my name is Tom Merculia. I'm the Assistant Director of Freshman Admissions at St. John Fisher College. Welcome, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I do have a presentation for you this evening to congratulate you and welcome you to the class of 2019. For those of you who have not been able to join us or visit our campus recently, I do have a basic program on the college itself and I'll talk through those details. At the end of my talk, which should be in about 20 minutes or so, I will have a specific sort of next steps for you in the process. Following my talk, we also do have a student panel for you here. So the student panel will be able to answer any questions that you have. They'll also talk to you a little bit about next steps in the process, or excuse me, about a day in the life of their everyday life at the college. You do have the ability to ask me questions throughout the presentation via the text box there on your screen. Feel free to ask me any questions that you might have. Just to let you know, though, we'll save answering any of those questions until the end of my presentation before the student panel begins. So without further ado, we'll get started. So again, welcome to the class of 2019. Congratulations on your admission to St. John Fisher. I'm very happy to extend that welcome on the part of my counterparts here at the college in the admissions office. So as I said, my name is Tom Merculia. I am a member of the class of 2009. I graduated from the college with a degree in management. I originally hail from the Syracuse area and have been very proud to share my experiences with you at the college. So we'll begin by talking a little bit about the history of the college. The college was founded in 1948 by the Congregation of St. Basil. The Basilian Fathers actually migrated here with the intention of opening a Catholic college for young men, having first started actually with a private high school here for men and women, and that's the Aquinas Institute. So they shortly there followed up with a Catholic college for young men. In 1968, we did become independent from the Catholic Church. So you will find that though we are independent from the church, we do have a chapel on campus with daily mass, as well as different campus ministry opportunities, from service opportunities to peer ministry, etc. But it's important to note that no student is required to participate, so keep that in mind. In 1971, we did become coeducational in that women began being admitted to the college. So you'll find that we're now split about 60-40 and that the majority of our students are female. So having started as an all-male Catholic college, it's kind of an interesting point to keep in mind. And just so you are aware as well, in terms of the national demographics of our college-going ages, you'll find that more women are going to college than men these days. So that's pretty consistent with the national ratio for American higher education. So throughout the changes that we've made over our 60-year plus history, you'll find that what has directed all of the choices that we make institutionally, it's really the motto of the Basilian Fathers. So the Basilian Fathers' motto was to teach me goodness, discipline, and knowledge. You'll see that engraved on our campus. You'll see it as a part of our Fisher Creed, which is a student-authored document. You find that we have several opportunities for community service, both integrated into academic opportunities, community service through scholarship, as well as different clubs and organizations on campus. So we really encourage our students to embrace opportunities to engage in our local community and give back. Today we have 2,700 full-time undergraduate students. If you break that number down a little bit, we're talking about 550 or so new students each year. Furthermore, we're talking 25 to 35 students in a class. So you get a very personal education at the college. You'll find as you tour our campus, and hopefully you're coming to see us soon, that our facilities are really in fantastic shape. I always tell students from a personal experience that I started the college in the fall of 2005. That fall we had a brand new upperclassmen residence hall named Keogh Hall. We also opened the campus center, which some of you were actually talking about in the live chat this evening in terms of where do you hang out with your friends, or what kinds of activities can you do in the weekends or in the evenings. That's a lot of that takes place right in the campus center on our campus. The following fall, we built the Wegman School of Pharmacy. We then built the Wegman School of Nursing. We also added the Fay Building, home of our communication program. We added a multi-million-dollar track and field complex. We've renovated our athletic facilities. We've renovated 2 cafes on our campus. We also built this building that we're in right now, broadcasting to you, which is the Welcome Center. So for those of you who have come to visit our campus, you probably have been here already. And that's the home of admissions as well as alumni and development. This past fall, last year, we opened the Salerno Center for American Enterprise, which is a multi-million-dollar building dedicated solely to our business students, which is the largest school when you consider undergraduate and graduate enrollments at the college. We also added the we expanded our nursing building by about 1,000 square feet, and that includes new nursing lab spaces, which are really just incredible and really sets us apart from some of our peers as we talk about nursing facilities. And then finally, we are in construction and prepared to open our brand new Integrated Science and Health Sciences building this fall, which is a $14 million facility donated to us, and that's a fantastic building that will open to support all of our undergraduate science students, including those in the health sciences, and that's set to open this fall. So for those of you who are joining us this fall, you too have an incredible new state-of-the-art science building coming to you. And finally, if you don't believe in me in terms of the quality of our facility, we are the home of the Buffalo Bills training camp. They've been with us for over 10 years. They've renewed their contract with us on multiple occasions. You'll find that the athletic facilities are really state-of-the-art, top-notch. Our students have a fantastic opportunity when it comes to athletics. The facilities are really, bar none, beautiful. So those of you who are participating in the presentation tonight or just viewing the presentation, you'll find that some of you may be from the Rochester area, some of you may not be from the Rochester area. Even if you are from Rochester and you're familiar with all that Rochester can offer, you may not be really thinking about Rochester in the way of it being a college experience just yet. So it's really important that you understand the benefit and the value of staying here in the Rochester area. So to begin with, our campus is on 150 acres. It takes you maybe 10 minutes to walk from one side to the other. So it's a very manageable campus. We are 10 minutes southeast of the city proper. So we are located in Pittsford, New York, which is a very affluent suburban community. You'll find that we are not in an urban center because of being 10 minutes from the city. So you also will find the college is really on one side of the street. So for the most part, you find that people are on campus because they need to be here, which really lends itself to a safer community in that way because of a purposeful arrival on campus instead of being embedded in an urban community. You will find that Rochester itself is the third largest city in the state of New York, so that means there's a lot of opportunity. But you also should know that we have 5 other colleges and universities here, ranging from major research universities to major technical universities, small liberal arts colleges like ourselves, as well as some of our SUNY partners here in the area. So you'll find that there are well over tens of thousands of students here in the Rochester area that you have the ability to really work well with, you have the opportunity rather to go and visit friends at another campus, to partner and do research at another institution, etc. I did get a note that looks like some of you are saying the page is blank and can't see the video. I am going to touch base with our representative here with College Week Live and make sure that we resolve that. So just know that we're working on that for you. So you do have great opportunities to connect with other students in the Rochester area. We do provide free transportation throughout Rochester, both in the RTS bus system, which you can ride for free anywhere in Greater Rochester. You also have an opportunity to take advantage of our own private shuttle system, and that would take you to Pittsford Plaza, where you can go to Wegmans to go grocery shopping, you can go see a movie, go to a 2-story Barnes & Noble, Five Guys, Cheesecake Factory, etc. We're also 10 minutes away from the largest mall in Greater Rochester, and you can take the shuttle there as well. We have over 23,000 alumni, over 23,000 alumni, 12,000 of them actually live in the Rochester area. So you do have an opportunity to connect with alumni in a number of ways, one of them being the Justinian Order, for example. They are a group of attorneys and judges who are graduates of the college who come back and actually mentor our legal studies students. You also have regional groups, so if you knew that you wanted to be in Atlanta, DC, Boston, or New York, you have an opportunity to connect with those regional groups to start talking about internships or shadowing opportunities there that might be a good connection for you. You will also find that we have opportunities to connect through what we call CARD. It's the Community Alumni Resource Database. You can connect there to talk about, maybe you want to be an English major, but you don't know exactly what you would like to do. Well, you can go into the system and say, show me English graduates from the last 10 to 15 years, and talk about how you might connect. And that might be for shadowing, or it might be what is a good path, or maybe they can look at your resume or do a mock interview, etc. There are 33 different undergraduate majors in 4 undergraduate colleges right now, so you will find that we have 3 professional schools in business, education, and nursing, and our largest school, the Arts and Sciences, is an undergraduate college, and that's going to be your classics, liberal arts and humanities, natural and social sciences, foreign languages, etc. You also have a graduate school, which is a school of pharmacy. So for any of you who might be thinking about the School of Pharmacy, it's important for you to note that it is a graduate program, so you would need to do at least 2 years of undergraduate study to apply into that area. There are 11 pre-professional programs ranging from pre-medicine to pre-engineering, pre-chiropractic, etc. We also have an extensive set of graduate programs, which is pretty unique for a small school like ourselves. So we offer 9 master's programs in business, in nursing, and education, etc. So if you are thinking about an undergraduate professional degree from the college, we do have fantastic opportunities for you to accelerate into a graduate degree for that. So if you thought about business, we have a 4+1 MBA. If you were thinking about education, you could accelerate into your master's degree beginning in your senior year of undergraduate study. You also could look at being a nurse practitioner, and you can do that at our school. So there are some opportunities that way that are a great thing to think about. You also have 3 doctoral programs, and they're in pharmacy, education, and in nursing. And finally, we have advanced program accreditation in all of our professional schools. So if you think about a professional school, be it business, education, nursing, pharmacy, we have leading advanced accreditation for each of those schools. So you should note that as you consider a professional degree and you think about going to college in a professional program, that you really want to take the time to figure out, who has that state-of-the-art degree that really bears some value for you. So if you're thinking in particular about business as a graduate, I can tell you about our program in particular. We maintain advanced accreditation through AACSB, otherwise known as the Association for the Advancement of Collegiate Schools of Business. There are roughly 4,000 colleges in this country alone. You can then extrapolate that across the world and figure out exactly how many there are. So how do you figure out which one sort of offers a strong business degree? Well, you can turn to organizations like the AACSB who go out and evaluate curriculum, look at student success, etc. There are just about 600 to 700 total students that institution certifies, or accredits rather, worldwide. So when we talk about the 4,000 that are just in the US, we're talking 600 to 700 worldwide that have that advanced accreditation. So it's important to think about that as you look at different schools you might consider. So I have a question coming in here, so just give me 1 second. Okay, so I do see a question from a student. I'm just going to address that at the end, but I want you to know that I did see it. So on the screen here, you're going to see all the different majors that are quite popular amongst our students. They're not in any particular order. You'll see them listed by school. So you can see the School of Arts and Sciences, Business, Education, Nursing, and Pharmacy. And again, note that pharmacy is a graduate program. So there are many colleges that go out and say, we are a liberal arts college. They talk about what that means to them, but they're all a little bit different. So we want to tell you a little about our philosophy in the way of liberal arts and how we would employ that in the way of an undergraduate education. So you'll often hear Dr. Bain, who is our current president of the college, talk about 3 very specific skills that we need you to develop in order to really send you out and find you'll be a successful graduate. And those 3 skills are to think critically, to speak powerfully, and to write effectively. We believe if you can master those 3 skills, that you can enter any industry, any profession, and really succeed and make yourself quite useful to those employers, and to think about possibly moving up the ladder that way. So with those 3 skills in mind, we've developed a liberal arts foundation that we believe really builds those skills for you. So you're going to find that every student at the college, regardless of major, must complete what we call the College Core. It's 15 different courses that you must complete, the bulk of which are in these 5 perspectives that you see in the PowerPoint there. So you need 2 courses in the arts, 2 courses in philosophical and religious perspectives, so on and so forth. So there are a number of ways that the Liberal Arts Foundation can serve you, in addition to the fact that they develop those 3 skills I mentioned. If any of you are thinking you want to be an undeclared student, that's quite all right, and you should know already that about 1/4 of our class comes to the college every year undeclared. So it's a really sizable number who openly declare that they don't know what they want to do. And so in fact, as an undeclared student, you would actually work towards completing these 5 different perspective tiers. And while you're doing that, you're also figuring out exactly what you would like to do. So you're not wasting time in that way. If you are set on a major, so for example, I studied business at the college, I can tell you confidently that just because you're majoring in something, that couldn't possibly be everything that you're interested in. So while my degree was in business, I also studied music at the college. I took Italian out of my own interest. So you're able to satisfy different things that are of interest to you. We really are very interested in stimulating intellectual curiosity and giving you the access to other courses that are available at the college. You also are able to think about supplementing your degree. So again, my degree was in business, but I also had an interest in taking some of the classes beyond the walls of my department and my major to further develop my course of study. So that's another way to think about the utility of the Liberal Arts Foundation. All right, so I think that it's quite popular now for students to think about studying abroad. So it's important to think about what kinds of experiences you could have as an undergraduate student that better enhance your learning as a student. So you might think about foreign study. We have over 100 programs worldwide that are affiliated with the institution. So you could go study abroad. All of your courses will transfer back because of that affiliation, and your financial aid follows you and applies to the cost of the program. So it can be a very, very affordable experience, and I think that's often one of the deterrents. So if you think about that we have that affiliation, you will find that affiliation can serve you quite well, especially when it comes to finances. You could go in the academic year. You also could go over the summer. The summer programs are an additional cost because they're not a part of the financial aid year, and they're traditionally 4 to 5 weeks in length. We also have internships certainly here domestically in the Rochester area as a part of our alumni network and through our community partners. There are internship directors in every single major on campus. We also have internships abroad. So for example, I studied abroad in London for a semester, and while I lived there for 4 months, I also interned full-time for the last 3 of those 4 months. So I was able to work in my profession, meet business professionals in my field, and develop work experience before I'd even returned to the US. And that helped me land my second internship and really set me apart from my peers. So that's something to think about as well. And those internships abroad are in cities such as London, in Rome, Sydney, and then I believe in Shanghai as well. We do have undergraduate student research opportunities, especially in the sciences, through our Summer Science Fellows program. You have an opportunity to do research in a paid fashion with our undergraduate faculty as a science student. We have students in the sciences who are published. They are presenting their research at national and regional conferences, so you'll find the sciences are quite popular, especially given the opportunity for research as an undergraduate. We have service learning opportunities, so if you thought about giving back to your community, we've now kind of have that perfect marriage that you can give back to the community and gain an academic experience at the same time. We have, for example, business students who work with different small not-for-profit companies and help them develop a marketing plan. And so not only is that partner really gaining a real-world that partner is really gaining in the fact that they are getting something that's going to help them advance their company, but the student also gains a real-world application. For students who are thinking about a future in law or in politics, we do have a government semester that's available. That would be in the state or federal government. And so for those students, you would think about partnering with the Washington Center, for example, and you would have an opportunity to go and actually live and work in Washington, D.C. for a semester. I'm just getting another note, again, that people are having some trouble seeing it, so I'm just going to send a message really quickly to our representative with College Week Live. Give me just a second. Okay. So for those of you who are having trouble seeing the screen, it looks like it's some of you, but maybe not all, because I am getting some questions, so I'm assuming that it's a partial problem. But do know that I'm reaching out to our representative, and that it's my understanding we will have this presentation available later on. So if we have that video, we'll be posting it a little bit later on our website in the week. So please keep note of that. And then my colleague Devin is also available in the chat room to answer your questions if they come up. I apologize for that error. So moving away from academics, those of you who are thinking about living on campus, you'll find it's quite popular amongst our undergraduate students. There are approximately 1,400 total undergraduate students living on our campus in 8 different residence halls. 90% of freshmen choose to live here. That's a really important consideration, in that you do not have to live on campus if you don't want to. It's completely up to you. We do have 3 freshman residence halls, as I mentioned, Ward, Haffey, and Murphy. Ward and Haffey are very similar. They're twins. So if you were living in Ward or Haffey, you would find that you would be in you would find there are 2 rooms that share a neighboring bathroom. If you were living in Murphy, it's a little bit different. The bathrooms are community style on the floor. And we do have an RA on our student panel. So if you have questions about living on campus, they can answer those questions for you. We also have, you'll find that safety and security are very proactive. They're here 24/7, 365 days out of the year. They're housed in Haffey Hall. They are here whether class is in session or not. You'll find that they are quite friendly and are able to help you with anything that might be going on. We have blue lights all throughout our campus. You will see them on bike, foot, and car patrol, so they are really at your disposal to make sure that you feel safe on our campus. I am getting a note from our representative College Week Live. It looks like if you're using Internet Explorer, that might be the problem. So if you are using Internet Explorer, maybe you can try using Mozilla or Chrome. So try that, and hopefully that resolves the issue for you. So moving on to campus life, we have over 75 active student clubs and organizations, academic organizations ranging from the different majors you might be interested in, as well as professional organizations like Pre-Law Association, the Nursing Student Association, which really gives you an opportunity for professional development, meeting peers in the industry, and talking a little bit about job opportunities in your field. You also have social organizations, which certainly are the largest number of organizations. They range from the Drama Club to the A Cappella Club to the Gaming Club to the Fisher Ski Association to the Outdoors Club, intramural sports, etc. So there's a lot of ways to get active and meet people who share an interest with you. You also have student government opportunities that are going to range from class officers, student council, or a student government organization, which is similar to what you know as a student council, senator roles, etc. You also have different campus events ranging from events like the Teddy Dance for Love. This year will be the 33rd annual Teddy Dance for Love. It's a 24-hour dance marathon, and all of the benefits go to support Camp Good Days and Special Times, which is a wonderful organization for children who are suffering from a terminal illness. So we're really proud of our relationship with Camp Good Days and Special Times, and our students look forward to that event every year. There are 23 Division III varsity sports at the college. You can see them all listed there on the screen. We participate in the Empire 8 Conference as well as the Eastern College Athletic Conference. The vast majority of our sports are recruited, so if you're thinking about playing a sport for the college, you want to make sure that you reach out to the coaches, and you can do that using our athletics website. We have over 600 student athletes with a cumulative GPA over a 3.0. They are quite successful. 17 of the 23 teams just last year were in the postseason. So when you talk about small colleges and D3 sports, you'll find that our students do quite well that way. It's important to note there is a balance between student athlete, and it's no mistake the student comes first in that title, and then our priority is for you to earn a degree, to work and be successful in the classroom. However, our students are also quite successful in the field, and we're really proud of that. I would tell you that we're competing with schools like Ithaca, Elmira, Alfred, Brockport, Nazareth, etc. So for the most part, our athletes aren't traveling more than 3 to 4 hours away, and they're really able to balance athletics and academics quite well. So I want to touch base on financial aid. Many of you have asked questions about financial aid and costs this evening with Devin and I. So I just want to remind you first, though, the number you see here is for the 2014-15 academic year. That's the academic year that we're in right now. So the total cost of attendance will be different for those of you starting this fall. So you just want to keep that in mind. Traditionally, it doesn't increase any more than 3 to 4% each year. So the total cost for a student living on campus, if you add up all 3 of those numbers, you're going to get to $40,708 for the year. Again, that includes your meal plan and housing, tuition, and fees. So if you're a commuting student, you would just be adding those first 2 numbers, the $28,970 plus $580. So it would put you at $29,000 and change. 100% of our students do receive assistance, so we really encourage you to file the FAFSA. It's really important that you complete the free application for federal student aid. If you will complete that form by February 15, we are going to guarantee receipt of your financial aid package by the middle of March. That will outline your total cost of attendance and ultimately tell you this is the bottom line, what it's going to cost you to attend the institution. So you really want to make sure that you take the time to do that. Again, if you complete that by February 15, we're going to build that package for you by the middle of March. That would include all types of aid, from scholarship and grants, loans, as well as work study. And if you have questions about financial aid, you're welcome to ask those of us at any time. I will be, again, available for chat until 9 p.m. I'm happy to answer those in private as well as in the regular group chat setting. And our financial aid counselors are available throughout the week, 8:30 to 4:30, Monday through Friday, to speak with you directly and in more detail. So finally, what are the next steps for you? You've been accepted. Again, congratulations, welcome. The hard part is over. Now it's really about just making sure you get all those next steps taken care of as you consider your options and weigh ultimately your decisions as to where you would like to attend this fall. So the first one, again, is I've already sort of beaten that horse a little bit. You want to make sure that you complete the FAFSA by February 15. If you do that for us, again, we'll get you that financial aid package in March. You will need to make sure when you complete the FAFSA that you enter the code you can see on screen. That's also on our website. That denotes St. John Fisher on the form. So when you complete the form, you'll indicate 002821 as our college code. That then sends the data directly to St. John Fisher so we can build a package for you. We have extended our deadlines for the Service Scholarship, First Generation Scholarship, and the Foreign Language Scholarship deadlines until February 2nd. You'll find that information right on our website. Just click on scholarships on the left-hand side to apply. Finally, we do have a number of visits coming up. We encourage you to take advantage of opportunities to come see us again. We have overnight visits running throughout the duration of the spring semester, which gives you an opportunity to stay overnight with a current student at the college and to go to classes with them, eat on campus, meet their friends, see the residence halls, etc. That's always a great opportunity. You can register right on our website. Excuse me. We also have accepted student open houses coming up in March and in April, and those are right on our website to register for as well. You have until May 1st to ultimately decide where you would like to attend. You can choose to enroll and let us know that you would like to enroll at the institution by depositing your $300. You can do that on our website, over the phone. You can send a check-in, whatever you would like to do ultimately to make that deposit. But we do want you to know that we're not going to apply any pressure. You have until May 1st. We want you to make that deposit when you're ready to make the deposit. When you can stand behind that deposit 150%, then that is the time to make the deposit. In the meantime, we are eager partners of yours. We are happy to work with you to get you the answers that you need to make that decision. So don't ever hesitate to reach out to us, whether it's by email, phone, tonight, etc. So again, thank you so much for your time. I hope the presentation was helpful. There are a number of ways to connect with us. You can see our phone number on the screen there, email, our website, as well as Facebook and Twitter. You do have an opportunity to connect with us through the Accepted Student Facebook group. All you have to do is jump onto our website and you'll see the St. John Fisher College Class of 2019 Facebook link, where you can search that on Facebook, and that gives you an opportunity to connect with each other and to start talking about your decision and where you might want to go and talking about what you might want to do at Fisher. So it's a great way to connect. You do not have to be a deposited student to join that. We have plenty of students who are in there openly talking about their choices and what they want to do and where they might go. So please take advantage of that. It's a great way to meet your peers. So we hope that you'll come see us soon. Thank you again for hanging on and listening to me, and hopefully the presentation was helpful as you continue to make your decision. I'm now going to turn the rest of the presentation over to our student panel. We do have 5 students joining us from different majors on campus to talk a little bit about their experiences. So they'll begin by introducing themselves and telling you sort of a day in the life of what it's like to be them at the college, to give you a little bit of an inside scoop. They also will then open it up to questions. So once my student Cole here is done speaking, we'll turn to the questions that you've been asking, and hopefully we'll be able to get some answers for you. So again, please take advantage of the question and answer tab. Send in your questions that you have, and we will ask them as soon as we can. So bear with me for just a second here while we tune the camera in over to them, and then we'll get started with our panel. Thanks. All right, so we have Chris in the far corner. He can raise his hand and wave to you. So Chris, why don't you sort of introduce yourself and tell us a little about your day in life.
Okay. Hi guys, my name's Chris. I am a sophomore nursing major with a minor in psychology. I am an RA on campus. I previously was an RA over at Murphy Hall, and I am now in Founders Hall, which is upperclassmen. So a typical day in the life of me would be I would get up around 8 o'clock, and I would go to my 9 o'clock psychology class, and that is psychology for drugs and behavior. And that is a very interesting class that I am taking for my psychology minor. Then I would go to an English class, which I am fulfilling for my P5s. I really enjoy that class. It's a great class to learn about, world literature and everything. Then after that class, I will be heading to actually another English class. And then after that class, I will head to lunch, hang out with my friends, grab a bite to eat, just relax, work on some homework. Then after that, I have biology lab. So for my microbes and disease lecture, that also is a lab. So for all the nursing students, you'll have to take microbes and disease. The lab is great. We get to actually study many different diseases, and we get to actually swab our own self to look at, all the different things, bacteria, viruses, if there is anything present in our own bodies, which is actually very interesting. And then after that, I go to dinner with my friends, hang out, do some more homework, and then actually this Wednesday I'll be on duty. So that's basically my life of the day of a student.
Awesome. All right, Chanisbel, go ahead.
Hi everyone, my name is Chanisbel Nunez. I'm a sophomore at St. John Fisher College. I'm majoring in sociology and criminology as of now. And a typical day for me at the college, it would be wake up around 10 because all my classes start at 11. So those are the perks of being in college. So I'll wake up around 11 and then head to class I'll wake up around 10, and then head to class around 11. From 11 to 12:20, I would have my intro to high tech class that I'm taking because of the core requirements. Then after that, I would head to lunch with my friends for about an hour, and then after lunch, I'm heading to another class, which is philosophy. And for my philosophy class, I'll be there for an hour and 20 minutes on Thursdays. And then after that class, I have another class, which is peer leadership. And I'm taking that class because I want to become a peer leader for freshman students. So hopefully I'll see some of you guys in the fall. And then around 4:30, I'm done. I'm done with my day, but not completely because I also work from 8 to 12, so from 8 in the night to 12 a.m. at the campus center. And the campus center is a place to hang out, for students to hang out. So I oversee the areas in the campus center, and I also provide students with any materials, games that they need. We have pool tables, ping pong tables, we have Nintendo Wii, PS3, Xbox, all of that. So we try to do many events as well so that students can relieve some stress or just simply hang out. And yeah, that's the day of my college life. Sorry.
All right, great. So Jake, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Jacob Cowles. I'm a sophomore here. I'm a corporate finance major. I have a minor in marketing. What else? I guess we can just go right to the typical day. Today's usually my busy day. Every other day I only have 1 or 2 classes, but today's my long day. I have 4 classes. So I get up right around 9, and my first course is a management course. I start that at 9:30, and it's management law, so I learn all about business law and tactics that are useful in the business environment. I have a little break after that. It's about a half hour until my next class starts, and that is a infotech class. That's where I learn about Excel, Microsoft Office, just all those applications that are good that are good to know for future jobs. My third class starts at around noon, and I go to that before lunch. And what is it? It's an MSTI course. It's a math modeling. It's required for corporate finance majors. So it's good. And then usually after that class, I eat lunch with my friends, or specifically on Tuesdays, I meet with Investment Club. I have a chair position, so I run some of the management and some of the lectures that go on in there. And that's a great way to get involved, is to join clubs. After that, I have my last class, and that is accounting. It's accounting 301, so it's cost accounting. It's a combination between finance and accounting, so I'm able to be exposed to those different components of the business world. That's another great thing to be exposed to. I have 2 jobs on campus. One, I work for admissions as a tour guide, and my second one, I work for OIT. It's the Office of Information Technology. I give technical assistance to students that need help, And it's another great way to get involved on campus is acquiring jobs or participating in athletics. I used to play soccer, and that was a big commitment, but I made the trade-off this year to pick up another job and stop playing a sport. Let's see. After all that, I go to dinner with my friends. It's fun to meet up with them. Usually, in the first couple weeks, you figure out what your plan is, what your friend's plan is, and it's pretty easy to figure out each other's schedules and work out something. Other than that, I think that's it for me.
Great.
Hello, my name is Ashley Johnson. I'm a junior biology major, and typical day, my life at the college would be to get up around 8:30, 9 o'clock, and probably go to the dining hall. I always have an omelet every day because the omelets here are so good. So after that, I'll go to my first class, which is a reproductive biology course. Right now I'm taking 3 science courses because I am done with my core, but the reproductive biology course is an elective. So if you're a biology major, you'll have your required courses, and then you're also required to take 5 additional electives. And you'll take those you can take those at any point, usually in the last 2 years because you need, prerequisites. But it's nice to be able to choose something different, something that you're interested in. There's a ton of them to choose from. So after that, I'll go to my cell biology course, which is another requirement for the biology major. And the third class I'm taking is an organic chemistry course as well. A typical day, if I do not have a lab, I'm also a service scholar, so if I'm not in lab for a good chunk of time, usually they're 4 hours, I'll be at my service site, which I go to once a week. I volunteer at St. John Newman School. It's an elementary school, not too far, about 15 minutes from the college, and every week I go there to fulfill my requirements for my scholarship. I personally love the Service Scholar program, and if you do have an opportunity to apply for it, I definitely recommend it. It's one of those things at Fisher that, as Tom was talking about, it really is community-oriented, and it does a good job of bringing your students out into the community, exploring Rochester, and just feeling good at the end of the day, just to get out. So after that, I'll come back to school, probably go to the fitness center and work out or something. Every Tuesday and Thursday they have Zumba, so I'll probably take a Zumba class or something. And after that, just go to Cardinal Cafe or Fishbowl, get a smoothie or something, and do homework. So, yeah.
Great, thank you. All right, Cole, go ahead.
Alrighty, so my name is Cole, and I am an inclusive education and history major on campus, and I am a senior. And my day is very different than the 4 days you just heard because I am student teaching right now, and it is fantastic, and I love everything about it. So if you're an education major, go to school here. I am teaching at School of the Arts right now, and my day begins at 6:35 a.m. Wake up, get ready, get my fancy dress clothes on, and I am in a school teaching from 8 a.m. to about 3:30 p.m., helping the kids stay after school and stuff like that. Tomorrow is my start of my solo week where I am full control of the classroom and all my lessons, it's all on my own. And Fisher hooked me up with a great teacher and a great school. It's fantastic. And I feel more than prepared. So it's pretty great. And then after I leave school, if it's a Tuesday, I come to Fisher, and then I have student teaching seminar, which is pretty much a class we have to take during our student teaching, which is like, how's it going that week? Make sure you do this, you have all this stuff coming up. If not that, I am writing lesson plans, and then around 5 o'clock, I am eating dinner, and then after that, I'm writing lesson plans again, and then at 9:30, I usually go to rehearsal because I am also president of Fisher Players, our theater club on campus, so I'm still highly involved with that as the president, and we have rehearsal usually from 9:30 till 11, and then go home, and then I fall asleep by midnight, and then I wake up again at 6:35, do it all over again. So yeah, so that's my average day.
Awesome. All right, so you have submitted some questions. Feel free to keep submitting your questions. We'll go ahead now and ask your questions of the panel, and then we have about 20 minutes left, so we'll try to get some questions answered for you. So one of the first questions we had was, how is the science program as far as chemistry and biochemistry go? Does anyone want to answer that question?
I can answer.
Okay, got it.
I personally love the science program here. One of the main reasons why I chose Fisher was the small class sizes. And being a science major, it's extremely helpful having the small class sizes, especially in lab. Our labs are capped at usually 18 people, so it's really nice to have that hands-on experience and also having a professor that knows who you are, knows how you work, and you're just not a number to them. So I love the science program. Yeah, it's hard work and you have to commit to it, but if you're really passionate about it, it's enjoyable.
Great. Why did you choose Fisher? So you all can answer.
Well, just like Ashley said, I come from a small high school, but I live in New York City. But yes, they do have small high schools over there. So coming from a small high school, I wanted to keep that going during my college career. I wanted for the professor to know my name, know who I am, and to notice me every time I'm in class. So that's really one of the reasons, because of the small class sizes.
Yeah, definitely small classroom sizes for me. The great school education was a big one for me, but the thing that kept me here was all the clubs and organizations you can join. Like, I am involved with, like, if I list all the stuff I'm involved with right now, we take up the rest of the time we have, so I won't do that. But you come here, when you come here, join a club. It will be the best decision you make, and it will make the best 4 years of your life even better. So join a club. That's the least I can say.
Does anyone else want to say why they chose Fisher? All right, cool. So one of the students asked, about how many hours a week would you say that you study for your classes?
Oh, wow. As a nursing major, a lot of the classes that we are taking are pretty intensive. If you come here as a nursing major, you'll be taking anatomy, physiology, microbes and disease, chemistry, and then on top of that, you have to get all of your prerequisites done in the first 2 years before you start nursing school. So that's a lot of classes. I typically take 19 credits a semester. So that's a lot of time of homework, doing outside, especially if the professor follows, the hour in class, 2 hours outside of class rule. So I tend to be doing a lot of homework, a little bit more than some of my friends. But as long as you time manage, and I'm very involved on campus too. I'm an RA, like I said. I'm involved in other clubs, so it's very easy to do. But just make sure you time manage your time.
Does anyone else want to say?
As a business major or finance major especially, you'll find that with certain courses and certain professors that the level of you being or you needing to study is going to change. Varying on, some of my friends are able to get a topic within 10 minutes where unfortunately I would have to spend like an hour or two trying to understand the same concept. It's all dependent on you as a person and your ability to perceive it.
Okay, great. So one of you also asked, what kinds of things are there to do on the weekends? So does anyone want to say what kinds of things are to do on weekends?
As an RA, we are required to hold programs, and I know that I do a lot of programs on the weekends because, it's trying to keep people involved here on campus, so, you're not just sitting in your room twiddling your thumbs. So I know for me, I did a couple awesome programs. I co-programmed with a couple of other RAs. I know that we have big plans to do, like a building-on-building kickball scrimmage. I know that other clubs have done kickball games over the weekends. There's always something to do over the weekends here. You can either just talk to SAB, Student Activity Board. They're one of the amazing clubs here that we have on campus. They put on awesome events. I could list off a lot of them. I know RHA, Residential Hall Association, Fisher Players, they do a great job putting on shows for us. So there's a lot of diversity around campus and a lot of fun things to do.
Yeah, and along with that, going off that note, we have campus shuttles. As Tom was talking about his presentation, it'll bring you off campus. There's always something going on in the city. The thing that Fisher Players we're doing, we're going to go see Little Shop of Horrors at Jiva, so that's one thing we're doing. And if you just want to go to the mall, if you just want to go shopping or something like that. Everything is a stone's throw away from Fisher, so you'll never be bored.
Great. Chris, one of the questions we have is, how did you decide on Fisher's nursing program versus some of the other programs you might have looked at?
So the reason I decided on the nursing program here was out of all the schools that I looked at, the St. John Fisher nursing program had the highest pass rate of the NCLEX. So your NCLEX, they're your national nursing exam that you have to take before you can become a registered nurse. And I know that our pass rate is over 92. I want to say it's 94. Am I close? So it's about at 94%, which is extremely high. So definitely when you're looking at schools, ask what their pass rate of their NCLEX are, ask what their job placement is. I was talking to one of the lab instructors for a nursing lab, and she said that everyone within 6 months has a job offer. So that is huge, especially, I have the confidence that the nursing building here will train me with their sim labs. We have brand new state-of-the-art sim labs where I guess you can call them sim dummies. Well, their eyes move, chest compressions, they can puke on you. We have a birth mother that'll push a baby out pretty quick, which is pretty awesome. We have a neonatal unit. We have all the way up to grandma that we take care of. So it's definitely all the resources that we have here, and especially the professors. You can definitely go to them with anything, and most of the professors are still practicing nurses, so they just have great advice for you and a great foot in the door for you.
Thank you. Would you say that you're required to take a religious course at the college?
No.
Oh, no, you go. You got it. You got it.
Okay. No, it's not a requirement, but it is an opportunity for you. I actually chose a religious studies course last semester. It was called Saints in Film, and I just did it because I really liked the professor. But it's definitely not a requirement. Fisher doesn't push it on you, but it's open to you if you're interested.
Okay, great. Did you want to say something else, Cole, or you?
No, there we go.
All right. So two of you have asked this question, and the question is there anything you could say you don't like about Fisher?
Wasn't prepared.
That is honestly a tough question, and as a senior looking back, I'm pretty much out the door. Like you don't really think of like the bad things. Like there isn't really like that many bad things. Like I can't really honestly think of anything. Like I love this school. Like when I get asked all the time on tours, and I honestly it takes me a minute. Like it really does. Like there's no serious thing I dislike about this campus. I mean, I'm just one person, but that is my honest opinion.
I can't think of anything I don't like about Fisher that I would like at another school. I feel like it's just universal, and there's nothing specifically about Fisher that I don't like that I could get somewhere else.
I guess the best answer I could give would be a complaint that a lot of students have is parking on campus. But I mean, you run into parking no matter where you go. And we are a small campus, and safety and security, they do a great job making sure that if they give you a parking permit, you're gonna have you're gonna have a spot on campus. Plus, we have Park and Ride, so like I don't know, everyone who applied for a parking permit got it. So there's really, I guess, if you want to walk two extra minutes, then I don't know.
I commute. It's no problem.
It's no problem. It's not even a problem. It's just.
Okay. All right, good. One of the students is asking, are you required to take a gym class?
No.
No.
Thank God.
All right, so another question we just got is, can freshmen bring cars to campus?
Freshmen are not allowed to bring cars to campus, but definitely after their freshman year, they can apply for a parking permit. But like mentioned before, we do have campus shuttle buses that take you to Pittsburgh Plaza, Eastview Mall, and especially if you have any medications that you have to take or anything like that, Wegmans does deliver it here to the school, so you can just pick it up at the clinic and at the wellness center. So you don't have to call your parents or anything like that, like, oh, mom, I need my medications and stuff.
All right, perfect. So one of the questions that we got was, how do you go about picking a roommate? Do I get to pick my roommate at the college? And then we also had a question about, what's it like living in a triple as a freshman?
I was to the first one, real quick. You get your roommate's freshman year randomly assigned to you. You fill out the roommate survey after you deposit, and do that yourself. Don't let mom or dad do it, because it could be like, oh, I'm the perfect child that cleans everything. But if you don't clean everything, if you have someone that cleans everything, you guys are going to be like the odd couple. You're going to clash. You don't want that. And I filled it out, honest to the T. And my random roommate I got, we are still best friends to this day. And they say you don't have to be best friends with your roommate, but we are. And we still live together in a house off campus to this day. And I get sad thinking about that we won't live with each other next year. So I struck gold on that one.
I can kind of add to that. Don't be afraid of getting a random roommate. As an RA, we go through vigorous training before you guys get here. Don't feel like, let's say there's something that bothers you that your roommate does. You guys fill out a roommate agreement form at the beginning of the year. Definitely don't be afraid to come talk to your RA. There's nothing you guys can't throw at us that we're not prepared for. So even if you just come to vent to us about something, or don't feel like, I got stuck with this person. So there's definitely, always an option. But Res Life, they do an amazing job. I was tripled my freshman year, and I loved it. It was another person that had another group of friends that I got to meet. Honestly, I wouldn't change it. I was actually really happy I was tripled.
Okay. So one of you did ask how often our rooms tripled. I can tell you that we anticipate about 2/3 of the freshman class will be tripled. As Chris was talking about, or at least referring to, all of our rooms that you would be housed in as a triple are built as a triple. So you're not going to be housed in a room and then share a desk or share a dresser or share a closet. You would have all of your own furniture. So we just want to be clear about that. One of the students is asking, how much homework do you typically get per night?
It all depends on the major.
Yeah.
It really does.
I mean, sometimes, my professors usually recommend, even if they don't give us any tangible homework to do, that you just go over some stuff. So they say, for every hour you're in class, take, 2 to 3 hours outside of class to do homework, to look at, material, review it. So.
Yeah, and for my history major, a lot of it would be reading, and they don't necessarily check it or whatever, but it's on you to know what's in the books for when you either have a test, or it'll be a lot of reading, and then boom, big paper. And it'll be like, oh, papers due this day, and then we get all this time to space it out, or do it like the day before, but don't do that because it's going to be bad.
So one of you has asked, how do you go about getting a job on campus? I'm assuming that you're referring to work-study. And another one of the questions we had was, what kinds of jobs are there on campus?
I can talk about that, seeing a few jobs. Okay, I got my first job first semester of my sophomore year. I started working for OIT. It's Office of Information Technology. I heard about that job through email listings. They usually send job opportunities either through the Career Center, and that all students have access to the Career Zone, or by email. And I just happened to look at that one by email, and I applied through email. I emailed to the one that was listed there, and I was given an opportunity to interview. And although I didn't have the skills or the skills necessary at that time to work for OIT, they trained me. So it only took a couple days. I was able to create work orders, do different things like that. So that was a great opportunity for me to gain technology skills. And then my second job I acquired the same semester, and that's working for admissions. Again, they emailed that, so that will be pretty much sent to anybody that's looking for it. There's job postings you can find anywhere on campus. Part of the question is where the money gets deposited to. You're given a form along with tax forms before you start the job, and basically you're just going to say the banking, where you want it deposited to. A lot of the jobs on campus are exclusive for work study, but there are a lot of on-campus jobs. Both of mine are on-campus jobs, and they are paid on campus opposed to work studied. So yeah, both those are options. Even if you don't qualify for work study, you can qualify for on-campus.
Okay, great. So we have about 6 minutes left. Our time is tight. Unfortunately, I don't have the opportunity to extend it beyond the 6 minutes. So I do have a couple more questions. I'll try to fit in as many as we can while acknowledging how much time we have left. So just bear with us. One of the questions we received is, where do you typically do your homework, or where do you get a lot of your studying done on campus?
Sorry.
No, you're good.
So for me, it changes depending on how I'm feeling. So, like, for example, I know that my freshman year, I used to live in the library. Like, I used to be there all the time doing my homework. But now that I live in a single, I usually just go to my room and do it. But if I know that I won't be able to concentrate, then I just go to the library and just get it done.
When I lived on campus, I would always do it in my room, because my roommate would always go to the library because he just needed to do that, and I loved it because I was like, take my shoes off, put the TV on, like I need noise and all that. I was like, all right, let's do this paper. That was just me. Everybody's different.
So the next question we had is, it was kind of answered as you guys were talking about your day in the life, but the student's wondering, how many classes do you have on a typical day? So if you each want to just say, like, in a typical day, how many classes you have, that would be a good answer.
4.
2 to 3.
2 to 3.
1 to 2.
When I was taking classes, 3.
Okay, awesome. One of the students asked, what are both the shared and the community bathrooms like? So we're talking about in the freshman spaces, what would bathrooms be like?
I live in Murphy still,
Yeah.
so I'll talk. I have a single in Murphy, which is where a lot of freshmen are housed, and the community bathrooms are fine. We have maintenance people that come in and clean it pretty much every day. There's not really any competition for a shower or anything. I lived there my freshman year and this year, and I've never had a problem with it. It's actually kind of nice.
Awesome. Does anyone in upperclassmen residence hall just want to describe a little bit what the bathrooms are like?
So I actually have experience of living both in Murphy and in Founders, which is a junior-senior upperclassman living. So I definitely agree with Ashley on what she said. Ashley was actually my resident. So I agree with what she said about the community bathrooms. It's not that bad. You never have to fight a roommate or anything for a shower. You can take a long shower as you want. But if you do live in an upperclassman where you have, or in half your ward where you have a bathroom in your room, that's also great too, because you don't have to, walk, 10 feet down the hall to go to the bathroom or something. I have my own room with my own bathroom, which is nice. So sharing a bathroom with a roommate isn't bad at all. We as RAs rarely see problems with, roommates taking too long to shower. Again, you guys fill out a roommate agreement form. You talk about all that stuff. So don't be worried about that. And everyone typically works around everyone's schedule.
Great. So we have time for one more question. And the last question we have here is, are school athletic events well attended by students?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. In the fall, the football. One of my favorite things to do is go to the football games in the fall. Usually every Saturday they're like at 1 o'clock or something, and there's always so many people there, especially like alumni you see will come back and stuff. So I've always seen it well attended.
I got the bang the big drum in the pep band section because my friend had it. I don't think she wanted me to bang the big drum, but I did. And we got a 30-yard gain out of that. So good luck. I'm just, yeah.
All right, awesome. So we want to thank the panel so much for their time. Give me 1 second here. So again, we want to thank you so much for joining us for the talk tonight. I hope you were able to answer the questions that you do have. As I mentioned before, there are a number of ways to contact us, and you can always contact us via phone, email. All of the admissions counselors that are my colleagues, we're all willing to work with you to answer questions that you might have throughout the year. So again, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. We are going to be on live chat for the next hour from 8 to 9 o'clock, myself and Devin. We're really happy to continue to answer your questions tonight. So again, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on your admission to St. John Fisher. Welcome to the Fisher family, and I look forward to connecting with all of you and your families on campus soon. Thank you so much, and have a good night. Bye-bye.